Hamlet has been made one of the most complicated human characters in all history. I don't think because Shakespeare meant him to be, precisely, but because most actors possibly allow themselves to become too complicated for the role. I myself am a very simple young man. The Bard of Avon actually wrote a very simple study of a man, equipped with the indecision one finds in almost everyone today, gave him a sense of humor, and imbued within him the emotions to love, hate, fear, and weep and laugh exactly as you and I.
Lord, it comes.
Angels and ministers of grace, you are the spirit of health, O goblin damned. Bring the airs from heaven or blast from hell. Be thy intense, wicked, or charitable, thou comest in such a questionable shape. I will speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet, King, Father, Royal Day no answer.
It beckons you to go away with it, but do not go with it.
Do not speak. Then I will follow it.
Oh, do not, my lord.
Why, what should be the fear? I do not set my life at a pin's fee. Am I so? Go on. I'll follow me.
You shall not go, my lord.
Hold off your hand.
Be ruled, you shall not go.
Unhand me, gentlemen. By heaven, I'll make a ghost of him that lets me. I say, away! Go on. I'll follow you. Whether wilt unleave me, speak. I'll go no further. Mark me. I will. My hour is almost come, when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself. Alas, pity me not. List, oh list, if ever thou didst thy dear father love, oh God, revenge is foul and most unnatural murder. The serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown. Oh, my prophetics, my uncle. Upon my secure hour thy uncle stole, with juice of cursed Lebanon in a vial, did pour the leprous distilment. So by a brother's hand, of life, of crown, of queen, at once dispatched. Thou hast nature in thee, bear it not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and damned incest. Adieu, Hamlet, remember me. Adieu. Remember me. I've sworn it. Speak the speech, I pray you, but trippingly on the tongue. But if you mouth it, as many of your players do, I'd as lief have the town crier speak my lines. And do not sow the air with your hand thus, but use all gently, for in the very torrent, tempest, and I may say whirlwind of your passion, you must acquire and beget a temperance that may give it smoothness.
I warrant, your honor.
Be not too tame neither, but let your own discretion be your tutor. Suit the action to the word to the action, and with a special observance that you o'erstep not the modesty of nature. For anything that's overdone is from the purpose of playing,
whose end, both at the first and now, was and is to hold, as 'twere the mirror up to nature, to show virtue her own feature, scorn her own image, and the very age and body of the time, its form and pressure. Aye, my lord. God be with you.
Now I am alone. What a rogue and peasant slave am I. Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own conceit that from her working all his visage wanned, tears in his eyes, distraction in his aspect, a broken voice, and his whole function suiting with forms to his conceit, and all for nothing, for Hecuba. What's Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do, had he the motive and the cue for passion that I have? He would drown the stage with tears, and cleave the general ear with horrid speech, make mad the guilty, and appall the free. Yet I, a dull and muddy-mettled rascal, peak like John o' Dreams, unpregnant of my cause, and can say nothing. No, not for a king, upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain, breaks my paper cross, plucks off my beard and blows it in my face? Who does me this? I would take it, for it cannot be, but I am pigeon-livered and lack gall to make oppression bitter, or ere this bloody, bawdy villain, remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain, vengeance! I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have by the very cunning of the scene been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before my uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll tent him to the quick. If he but blench, I know my course. The spirit that I have seen may be the devil. And the devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape. I'll have grounds more relative than this. The play. The play's the thing wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
Be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of trouble, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep, to sleep, a chance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. The undiscovered country, on whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not. Thus conscience does make coward of all. Thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with a pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and moment with this regard their current turn awry, lose the name of action.